Okay, so let's unpack this. We're diving into the latest state of learning research today.
Right. It's basically the annual report card for organizational learning and development.
And our mission here is really to find the must-know insights for you, the learner, about how L&D is trying to pivot toward, technologies like adaptive learning and AI.
And we jump right into this core tension. The research shows that L&D's impact is definitely growing.
Growing how?
Well, 51% of people now say it's central to their organization's success. That's up from 41% just last year.
That's a huge jump.
It is. But that influence hasn't, translated into full internal buy-in. Only 3 in 10 business leaders seem to truly grasp L&D's strategic power.
And that disconnect is, it's just baffling. And it shows up in the money, right? The numbers.
Absolutely. 22% of L&D leaders actually saw their budgets decrease this year.
But get this, here's the really wild part. 20% admitted they don't even know what their annual L&D budget is.
Exactly. How can you be central to success, but also sort of financially invisible?
Are they just failing to speak the language of business?
That's the thing. That budget vulnerability is precisely why they need quantifiable results. But if we look past the anxiety, the data confirms L&D generates a major halo effect.
So they're not just a cost center.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Organizations saw massive internal improvements. 55% reported better employee engagement, and 41% saw better retention rates.
And crucially, the connection to revenue is starting to stick.
It is. 16% linked L&D directly to revenue growth. That's up from only 10% the year before.
That's powerful proof. It's not just a compliance checkbox anymore.
And that proof relies so heavily on technology. We are seeing a major shift away from the old classroom models.
Towards what?
For one, 95% of respondents are emphasizing the effective impact of adaptive learning.
And just for a quick refresher, that's the AI-driven approach that tailors training content specifically to your knowledge gaps, making the whole thing hyper-efficient.
I got it. And the other big winner is learning in the flow of work, or LFOW. Only 6% find it ineffective now.
Which is a huge improvement.
A massive one. Adoption is booming. Only 22% fail to include it in their strategy now, down from almost half last year.
But this brings us to what the report calls the AI paradox. Adoption's up, only 33% haven't applied AI at all.
Right, down from 55% in 2024.
Yet L&D seems to be missing the key opportunity. The primary use is just basic content creation for 53% of them.
And only 21% use AI to actually personalize learning paths.
Even though 56% agree that personalization reduces the time it takes to learn a new skill, so why is there this huge gap?
It's the classic capability barriers. They know where they want to go, but they don't have the map.
Or the right tools.
Or the right people. 62% cite a lack of knowledge about the AI tools themselves, and 55% just don't have the skilled personnel in-house.
So L&D is asking the business to upscale, but they're not investing in their own tech bench.
That's the friction, and it makes the need for a standardized ROI metric even more urgent.
Which brings us to the ultimate KPI, time to skill.
Time to skill is the North Star. It directly translates learning into business efficiency. It answers the question, how fast can we take someone from hired to productive?
And adaptive learning can slash that time.
By as much as 37%. It's undeniable hard ROI.
And the real-world examples are so compelling. Look at the Structural Timber Association.
What do?
They used an AI-powered proctoring tool and cut the time for certification from half a day to just 1 hour.
Wow.
Which translated into an estimated £75,000 saving. I mean, that's staggering.
It is. That's the kind of measurable result a CFO understands immediately.
But here's the catch.
There's always a catch.
Despite its clear value, only 22% of L&D professionals are currently tracking time to skill.
So the remaining 78% are basically operating without their best possible evidence.
Right. So to summarize for you, the learner, L&D is armed with the tech adaptive learning, AI, and the evidence that it works. It boosts engagement and revenue.
And looking ahead to 2026, their priorities are clear. Leadership development is number 1 at 73%, followed by upskilling and reskilling at 50%. The intent is there.
But here's the challenge they face, and our final thought for you. If time to skill is the best way to prove value, and budgets are still so tight, how quickly must that other 78% adopt this metric before business leaders, who barely get the strategy as it is, decide the investment just isn't worth the trouble?